The missed red flag. There are many red flags when it comes to narcissists, and you can do no better than read my book Red Flag to understand 50 of the most common. These red flags might range, for instance, for being over-complimentary. It might be, for instance, a sudden vicious appearance of a foul temper out of nowhere. Most likely a lesser narcissist, unable, even during the seduction period, to keep a lid on that fury in order to seduce you, giving you a very early glimpse of what is waiting for you if you do not get out at that early stage. The red flags might be the incessant smearing of the ex, claiming that she was abusive, a nutcase, a harpy, a harridan, a crazy person. It might be the fact that the individual admits that they've been married 4 times before and they are disparaging about each of the pre-existing spouses. The red flags are multitudinous, extensive, frequent, and often glaringly obvious. But yet, so many of you fail to spot them. In some instances, there is a failure to spot them because you don't actually know what the red flags are. And therefore, if you don't know, how on earth could you possibly heed them? In other instances, you may have thought at the time, something's not quite right here, but you failed to act upon what was a red flag. You failed to pay attention to the glaring, obvious, with the benefit of hindsight, problem that presented itself. You didn't listen to the klaxon. You failed to see the red flag flying. The wailing siren fell on deaf ears. Why is it that you miss those red flags? Part of it, as I've just mentioned, is because some of them you just don't know about, and you don't know that that's indicative of the approach of a narcissist. Nobody recognises as the first time that we come knocking. More usually, however, you think, something's a little bit off, but you brush it to one side. And that's a combination of either the narcissist allaying your fears if you happen to make mention of it to them. So, for instance, you might say to the narcissist, "You've had quite a lot of romantic relationships." And the narcissist will probably say, "Yes, I just seem to be able to attract people, but unfortunately I attract the wrong kind of people until now." And therefore, some dismissiveness and then a bit of flattery causes you to think, "Oh, how sweet." And that red flag that was flying falls limp in the wind that has now disappeared. In other instances, your emotional thinking causes you to fail to take notice of these red flags. There are many, and they are flying in that wind, clear for all to see, but you ignore them. And that is because when the narcissist comes, and particularly if you become the candidate intimate partner secondary source, your emotional thinking races upwards. Why? Because you're entering so many arenas of interaction with the narcissist. You're spending lots of time with the narcissist because we want to monopolize your time, cut off other influences that might undermine our control of you, drink deep of the fuel that you're providing, attain those residual benefits nice and early, gain those character traits. You'll be communicating with us a lot. We'll be bombarding you with the text messages as part of the love bombing. There'll be the long telephone conversation through the night. You'll be doing things for us. We might be asking little favours of you. Or, because you have been treated very well, you decide that you want to get us a little gift. Or you decide that you want to arrange something nice for us to do with you. You'll be talking a lot about us with other people. I've met this really great guy. Oh, she's really fantastic. Let me tell you all about her. And, of course, we'll be occupying your thoughts. And as a consequence of your appearance in all of those 5 arenas, your emotional thinking is only going to go one place, sky high. And when that happens, it also generates feelings of ecstasy, love, delight, happiness. And therefore, because it all feels so good, so wonderful, so enjoyable, why on earth are you going to walk away from something that is making you feel happy? That is ridiculous, is it not? So, A victim that perhaps meets up with her friend and says, "Oh, I've been seeing this guy for 3 weeks. Oh, it's fantastic. I think I'm falling in love with him. He's amazing. He texts me 50, 60 times a day, really sweet texts. We talk on the telephone for several hours at night. He's bought me 4 gifts already. He says that he wants to move in with me." The friend may not know anything about narcissism, but is unaffected by emotional thinking, and thus says to the victim, "He's texted you 50, 60 times a day. Do you not think that's excessive? He's not really recognising any boundaries there, is he?" And of course, the victim might go, I suppose it's a little bit much, yes, but he's only being sweet. It's only because he likes me so much, and that's much nicer after that idiot that I was with before, who of course was probably a narcissist." The red flag goes unnoticed. "And what's this? You spend hours on the telephone each night?" "Is that why you couldn't come to badminton on Tuesday?" "Yes, he said to me, told him that I got badminton, and he asked if I'd cancel it so that we could speak." "Right. Did you speak to him on Monday night?" "Yes." "Did you speak to him on Wednesday night?" "Yes." "So why couldn't it wait one night?" "What do you mean?" "Well, he's talking to you every single night. That's kind of monopolising your time, and you've only known this guy 3 weeks, and already you're cancelling badminton, and we've been playing for years. He's impacting on your social life." "Well, it was only the once, and isn't it the case that you see less of your friends when you meet somebody?" "Well, possibly," says the friend, "but not that quickly." "And what's this about buying you 4 gifts? Is it your birthday?" "No." "It's not Christmas?" "No." "Have you achieved anything recently that would merit the purchase of a gift?" "No, he's just being kind and sweet." "Is he now? Or is he not grooming you in some way?" "What do you mean grooming? You make him sound like he's a paedophile." "Well, no, I'm not saying that he's that, obviously," says the friend. "But it does seem rather unusual that he buys you 4 gifts when he hardly knows you." "Well, he's just being nice. Look, do you like this bracelet?" "Yes, it's very nice, but that's not the point." "And what's this talk about moving in together? Don't you think that's a bit fast?" "Well, I suppose so, but we get on so brilliantly, and we spend so much time together as it is, it would make sense to." The emotional thinking isn't causing the victim to do this. "I receive 50 to 60 texts a day from him. That seems to me like he's asserting control over me. That doesn't recognise any boundaries. He's showing an absence of emotional empathy because he's not thinking about how that might impact upon my day. I do have other things to do besides reply to him." He's over-complimentary in them as well, which seems a bit strange. I need to remove myself from this. She isn't thinking, we speak for hours every night. Is he not trying to assert some kind of control over me? Is he showing a lack of emotional empathy by occupying my time in such a way? Is he behaving in a manner which results in monopolising my time, preventing me from doing things with existing friends that were well in place before he came along? Is he showing an absence of emotional empathy for not taking into account that this is stopping me from doing other things? He's purchasing gifts for me. He doesn't even know me. That's a poor boundary recognition, and it seems like bribery rather than doing something that's nice. And he wants to move in. Why? He doesn't really know me. I know we spent quite a lot of time together so far, but it's very, very early. What's behind that? That seems again not to recognise boundaries. He seems to be rushing me along, almost as if he wants to control me. And of course, the victim is unlikely to think any of those things because A, they won't recognise that it is linked to narcissism, and B, their emotional thinking causes them not to go down that route. And instead, they're more likely to turn to their friend and say, "Well, if you're not going to be happy for me, perhaps we shouldn't be friends anymore," or "Please don't be like this, I want you to be happy for me." They dismiss it. Often, there is one huge red flag, which you never saw at the time, or you did see, but you dismissed it, or you downplayed it, or the narcissist talked you round about it. One solitary, massive red flag, fluttering in the breeze, that you saw, but you didn't pay any attention to. That is the missed red flag. Was there such an instance in the relationship that you had with the narcissist? And if so, looking back now, with clarity, which arises from the reduction of your emotional empathy, the gained knowledge about narcissism, and the application of logical thinking, what was that one solitary red flag? Share your experiences in the comment section. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.